Hello friends, Electronics here, and today we're gonna play Lunara at finally Brex's Holdout. Finally we're gonna be playing a map that's new to this new patch in Heroes of the Storm. Somehow, like, I have only played about 6 games on this map total, out of maybe 50 that I played after the patch hit. Maybe more, maybe more than 50. But it's just, I have no idea why is it so hard to get this map in the rotation. But there we go, finally we have it on the channel, and let's have a quick look at our team compositions. It's gonna be Lunara, Tessadar, Abyssur, Sigara and Sonya versus ETC, Kerrigan, Oriel, Falstad and the Haka. They have a really beefy team, and sadly they have Oriel and we don't have Oriel, and we all know how strong Oriel and Lunara combo is. Literally all Lunara needs to do is just spread the poison, and then Oriel converts all of that poison damage into consistent healing for your team, and it's just such an effective combo, I think. But I do think that enemies have a much better team composition for this map, because they are beefier and they just have better like crowd control to fight for these checkpoints here. So it's gonna be definitely interesting to see how this game plays out. So the build. Let's actually talk about Lunara for a second, because when she came out I was just like, the hero was so amazing, and she still is, like, let's be honest here, Lunara is still amazing, but she kind of fell off a little bit from people's radar. She was mostly used as some sort of a specialist hero with a Nature's Calling on maps like Infernal Shrines or Battlefield of Eternity to kill those big boss guys. And that's pretty much it, right? But she still has that sick poison damage that just slowly overwhelms the enemy team, which is definitely cool. Nope, don't die, Falstad, Tessadar, I mean. Can we get some damage done here? If Sonya can get a good... Okay, we can slow him in just a second. This should be a kill. Come on, one auto attack, there we go, that should be a kill. Poison and Psionic Storm did the job. Oh no! Falstad flanks. What's that? Let's actually go for Natural Perspective. I should have picked it way earlier, so yeah. So the build, probably gonna be Natural Perspective. I will actually go Nature's Calling on this map, because I think it's... I haven't tried it, but it should work really well on this map, because you can clear Zerg so much easier. So that's definitely something we're gonna be going for. Also, Lunara kind of suffers from the same things that Nova did before her slight reworks there with level 4 talents. In that at level 4 all she has are just Wisp talents, which are kind of useless for the most part, right? And if Lunara was actually granted one of the bribe versions, that would be so fun. She would probably be pretty strong, like, I can imagine, because it will make her tier 4 really good. Whereas right now it's kind of underwhelming a little bit. Yeah, sadly Falstad isn't really able to sustain us as well as Oriel can sustain the enemy team, but our poison should eventually overwhelm them. They have the control over the regen globe, which is, by the way, a really good strategy on this map. You just want to control it as fast as possible, as well as possible, and just go from there. So I will try to just spread my poison, just make sure that priority targets are focused, make sure that Lunara isn't really able to heal them. So the main objective on this map is that you need to control the beacons. If you control both beacons, northern one and southern one, you start getting the charge on the Zerg level there, and when it hits 100, for any team the Zerg is unleashed, and it depends, like, depending on how much percentage they're charged up, you get stronger and stronger push. So both teams can have, like, one team can have, for example, 99%, and the other team can have 100, and so the pushes would be kind of equal, but somehow we actually got 100 to 0, which is actually not 0, I believe they charged up just a little bit, I might be wrong. No, that was actually 0. So at 0% you still get like these 3 Zerglings, which don't really do much, but they are kind of still there. So I don't know. I don't know why they're even there, because they don't really do anything. Like, you can literally just leave the lane and they won't do any damage whatsoever. So let's actually grab a Nimble Wisp. Like, I'm grabbing the Silent level 6 because it's such an awful talent here for Lunara that it doesn't even matter. Okay, that was definitely my mistake, and I should have grabbed the talent right away, but you know how it goes. For some reason I just sometimes forget about that. So let's actually go ahead and grab the Reaching Globe. I believe they spawn every 45 seconds. So that's actually with the buffs, with the recent buffs to the regen globes, in that they restored a lot more mana and health. It's such a good map for it. I don't know where the Haka is, probably top. I think he's top, I think he's there. Yep, that was right. You can actually hear him if you are listening. Like, if you're actually listening, you can actually hear the direction from where the Haka comes from. But for a second there I kind of hesitated, because I wasn't really sure that he went from that direction. Like, I was mostly... Sonya, that was... Yeah, that was maybe a little bit too far. Oh, if that tower didn't have the ammo there, she would have survived. Okay, so let's go grab the Regen Globe. We don't really need it, but basically denying it for the enemy team is always a good idea. And now we have Nature's Calling, so we would be able to clear out Zerg pretty damn fast. Since Zerg are considered monsters, and Nature's Calling amplifies your damage to non-heroes from the poison by 150. Ooh, okay, good job there by Kerrigan landing that combo. But I could have committed to it, but the tower shots, I wasn't really a fan of that. I wasn't really a fan of that. And yes, that Zerg wave for us, that 100% Zerg wave, was really damn strong. Once again, the Haka invades our top lane there. No, false that Y. Oh my god, I actually survived that somehow. So that's one of the strongest points, features of Lunara, is that you don't have a mount. Instead, you are moving 20% faster. So basically, you're moving as fast as Rhaegar's Ghost Wolf, except it's more like erratic, right? It's just like you're leaping, right, rather than just flow of movement. So what this also allows you is to dodge skill shots much better, because you are moving in bursts, and that way you can sidestep really easily. So that's definitely one of the things that makes Lunara super strong, is that you just have so much mobility by default, and you can kind of engage and disengage in fights pretty easily. Although you don't have the extra range, like for example, the way Raynor, like it's almost like she has the Raynor's functionality, except without Raynor's except instead of having Raynor's extra attack range, Lunara actually has that movement speed to compensate for it, right? And every ranged assassin has something like that. Tychus has overkill for his mobility and like chase ability potential. So it's definitely a cool idea by Blizzard to just give a hero this extra movement speed, and she's a Dryad. Like, oh, it's so cool. Like, she's such a cool concept. And Cho'Gall, for example, is also a very cool concept. Sadly, he isn't really as strong as he could have been. But that's okay. Let's actually send out the Wisp there to scout a little bit for our team here. So the enemy Zerg is actually pushing bottom, so I will go bot. And that way I would be able to kill the Zerg if we... Actually, I probably won't go bot. Oh, wow, that could have been awful. Okay, we actually cleaned it up. So this map actually has very interesting layout. If you're a hero that has blinks, you can blink over this and get really fast to the bottom thing there. But if you aren't, then it takes quite a little bit of time to get over to where you kind of want to be. So I will try. Oh my god, can we actually finish her off there? That should be a kill. And now let's start killing ETC here, because that's something we should be able to do. Oh, enemies actually got the both beacons here somehow. Oh, it was Kerrigan. Probably Kerrigan went for the top one. Oh, Falstad made a huge mistake. You never want to use your barrel roll as Falstad that aggressively. He just signed his death sentence right there. Just a really good, like, I don't know, a really good example of why you don't use barrel roll aggressively, right? He used it and he immediately died. So now it seems like the enemy team will have a little bit more Zergs than they had previously. So my rotation bottom here is going to be a little bit more relevant. I just got the regen globe. Let's kill that minion. Do we have them dead? I probably should help our team there. There is Falstad here. And we can start killing him because we actually pre-shielded with Kala's Embrace. It's so easy for us to just stand in this fight thanks to Tessadar, which is really, really awesome. Tessadar is a cool hero because of that. Be careful, please, there, Anubarak Avisor, because Falstad could have flanked him and potentially killed him there. No, don't aggro the boss. This boss is actually also awesome because he has very unique abilities. Like he has that... Basically, I won't explain it because it's kind of hard to explain from your head. But if we ever see, if we have a chance to see him in action, that would be pretty damn cool. Also, something you kind of want to consider is that this Zerg actually attacks heroes, whereas boss would just ignore heroes, right, and go for the keeps there. The only bosses that actually attack heroes are probably Punishers, right? So this Zerg actually functions kind of the same way that Punisher does. So Punisher will by default attack the structures, and then when Punisher has his leap up, he will leap into a hero when he has a chance to, right? And they just focus them for like 5 seconds. So this Zerg basically does the same. If they have hero next to them, they will attack the hero, and then if they don't have a hero, they will go for the structures instead. I mean, Tessadar says this is dangerous, but I think we can do it. I think with our Nature's Calling, we're gonna just destroy this base quite easily here. This is like, Lunara is such a weird... Because she is an assassin, but she might as well be a specialist, right? Because of her ability to just push down structures with such ease. Like, at times she's even better than straight up somebody like Zagara, right? As long as she has some creep in front of her, like as long as Lunara you have a little bit of enemy creep to sustain yourself, it's such a good time. Okay, I will try to just poke out. No reason to. So do we have slows? We actually do not. Unless Zagara went for the slowing banelings, no. So there is really no reason to go for an unfair advantage here. It will be used, but the only thing it will really accomplish is amplified damage when we are using Crippling Spores. It's 3 seconds of increased damage, but it's not like 9 seconds, right? So that's definitely something to consider. Let's hop out Tessadar with this camp here. Should be an easy job for Lunara. And let's actually clear the top mercenary push here. Let's get some poison for Zagara there, and let's go ahead and clear this one. Because I believe there is a Merc camp. So these are the Siege Giants equivalent, I guess, except they are melee for some reason. Yeah, I believe that's how it works, and they have AoE Splash, I believe. Also, I should probably pick my level 13. We're probably gonna go for Giant Killer here to kill ETC and the Haka, right? It will make our attacks versus them even so much better. And obviously, Giant Killer is good even versus squishier targets, because percentage damage, it's always nice. It doesn't really... Like, obviously it's better versus tanky heroes, but it's not really that bad. 1, 2, 3, cube. Oh, that was a beautiful cube. We actually landed it into all of them, which was definitely awesome. So the Haka just used his ultimate into a minion. I have no idea what happened there. Triple kill? Can we catch Orioles there? We got a slow, but that just won't be enough, I don't think. Oh, Sonya, that's a little bit too deep. Let's try to disengage Falstad from wanting to... For some reason he just went for it. That was so weird. That was so weird. Oh, no. Wait, so we just missed with our spear, but we put the poison on her? I actually don't remember what happened. Maybe she has the poison from I was previously attacking her. Because if actually missing hero still applies the poison there, that's kind of overpowered. For some reason ETC actually didn't go for the mosh pit either. I have no idea what's up with that. That is so weird. He definitely should have gone for it. So let's just kill them. Kerrigan should be dead to poison. ETC the same. And that's kind of what Lunara is good at. You just slowly keep stacking your poison and the enemies just die because they don't really have a choice. Like eventually you will just overwhelm them. You aren't really the assassin that kills people. You are an assassin that kind of like chokes them to death, weirdly enough. Like you just keep your poison up and then your teammates just go in and finish them off. Wow, we actually now should disengage when our support died and our... who the hell was it? Zagara died, so we should be very careful about our engage patterns here. Yep, Falstad will be able to survive that, but somehow we actually got 100 Zerg pushing from the bottom. And did we actually weaken enemies enough there? Did we actually weaken the core enough for the Zerg to finish this? I don't think so, because Zerg actually prioritize heroes. So enemy team actually did what they were supposed to do, except they don't have a support, and I don't think that they can even stop this. Like this is too much damage, I think. I think we just won this. They are trying though. And they will clean this up. Wow, good job. Okay, I said that they didn't have support. My bad. They have Oriel, but Oriel won't get as much healing from the minions, from creep, as she would get from heroes, from damage to heroes, right? So it's like they didn't have the perfect support. Ouch, I didn't want to do that. They didn't have the I just took half of my health in damage because I misclicked 2 times. First of all, I misclicked and attacked him, and second of all, I misclicked and went into his small skill shot there. So that bomb actually does quite a bit of damage. It hurts. It hurts. Hello there, Kerrigan. How you doing? Where is Falstad? No, please save me. Shields. Shields. Oh, I didn't get shields. Oh, Tessadar was greedy and used his shield on himself. No, Tessadar. That's bad, Tessadar. You kind of never want to be using shields on yourself as Tessadar, simply because your teammates just need them so much more. And that's why the precognition and the healing at level what's the level 13 and 16 on Tessadar are so much better than other talents, because instead of using shields on himself, Tessadar can just dedicate his plasma shield to his allies, keeps the Callous Embrace up, all of the healing from leeching plasma and things like that on his allies, and allows them to stay alive in the team fight, right? That was actually awesome. The fact that this boss just completely destroyed the Haka and DTC, that was so funny to watch. Also, what does that mean? K4EO? Is that some reference to some StarCraft term? Because I haven't played StarCraft, I have no idea about like any of the StarCraft lore, so that might be some sort of a little Easter egg for you guys there. Or maybe that's least speak, and I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not, but I might be wrong. For level 16, by the way, I didn't pick my level 16 talent. What am I doing? Oh my god. I think we're gonna go for the speed, because ETC, does he have... I think we're gonna go speed. I think we're gonna go speed, and every time we use our W, we're just gonna get this huge burst of attack speed. And oh, that was actually my bad. That was actually a bad choice, because Lunara has Oriel has the blinds there, and that completely negated my attack speed bonus. But we can kill the Haka here, except he will just die on his own. Let's follow up and just do some auto attacks, and he is dead. Lunara, when not touched, she can do so much damage to you. She can kill you so fast. That was a cool game. That was actually a pretty sweet game here. We didn't really see the Lunara's effectiveness versus with the Nature's Culling versus the Zerg. but just trust me, she is pretty damn decent on this map. This is definitely one of her better ones, I think. Oh, look at that. Hero damage, siege damage, XP. Hell yeah, just nailing it. Just being the true MVP we are. But of course that wouldn't have happened without the support of our beautiful teammates here. So that's definitely something we need to always keep in mind. It's not a it's not a game about one person. So much more than other MOBAs, in my opinion. Like the amount of synergy some heroes have in Heroes of the Storm, and the amount of things that you can counter with just a hero pick for your team, or the amount of enhancements they get just from they can potentially get from just one hero, is kind of amazing. That's probably why I love Heroes of the Storm so much, because there's just so much more than just pure player skill. Like there is so much behind the scenes of like picking certain heroes, picking certain talents. It all just comes together so nice in the end. That was a good game as Lunara. I totally didn't expect that. So if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. If there are some heroes or builds you want to see me playing next, make sure to let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.